Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's very exciting video, we are finally kicking off the wedding series. I can't believe we're finally here. I have been wanting to sit down and bring you guys up to speed for so long that I'm so excited that we can finally do that today because we have booked our wedding. We've booked it, secured the date, it's happening. Save the dates have gone out, so it is official. I am so excited. This is just like, oh, dream come true. Adam and I got engaged just under a year ago now, and I did film an engagement story video, which if you haven't seen, I will link in the description in case you want to watch that. It was beautiful. He smashed it out of the park. Well done, Adam. But we've just been spending the last almost a year figuring out what it is that we wanted from our wedding. We knew that we were very open to having a longer engagement and really taking our time to figure out what we wanted and to try and make the process as least stressful as possible. I know it's still going to be stressful, it's planning a wedding, but we wanted to just give ourselves time, so that is what we've done. So it is finally time to sit down and talk to you about the wedding for the first time. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all about our journey of viewing venues and then tell you all about the venue that we have booked. And spoiler alert, it's not what I was expecting. So it's probably not what you were expecting, because it's definitely not what I was expecting. I have taken clips on all of the venue viewing trips that we've been on, so I'm going to talk you through them and then tell you everything about the journey of how we've come to book the wedding that we have. So before we jump into that, if this is your first time watching my channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate that. I make content all about plus size fashion and beauty and wedding stuff because there is going to be more to come in this wedding series. So if you wanted to subscribe and follow along on that journey, I would absolutely love to have you. And if you enjoy this video, if you could give it a thumbs up, a like, a comment, I would absolutely appreciate that. I can't wait to hear what you guys think of the venues that we viewed and the venue that we chose. So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. And then lastly, before we actually get started with this video, this is wedding related, don't worry, it's wedding related, I'm not going off on another tangent. I haven't shown you guys my engagement ring. Now, if you guys are newer to my channel, you might be like, you've been engaged for nearly a year, how come you haven't shown your engagement ring? Well, as I talked about in our engagement story video, Adam proposed to me with my wedding ring because he'd known that I've always wanted us to design my engagement ring together. So he proposed with my wedding ring, and then we spent a good amount of time last year together designing my engagement ring, which I got around Christmas, and I just haven't shown you guys yet. So I'm so excited. I love my ring so much. Obviously we designed it, I love it. This is my engagement ring and I love it so much. It's so sparkly and pretty. I feel like the luckiest girl on the planet. It's a marquee diamond engagement ring, and we designed all the details of it, from the thickness of the metal. We picked the ratio of the diamond, the clasps, the bit that the diamond sits in, we designed that. We went through every little step with our jeweler and we built it together, and it was the most amazing process. And I can always say that we designed this together, and Adam picked this bit and I picked that bit, and I just love it and I feel so lucky. And every time I see it on my hand, I'm like, oh my goodness, I love it so much. So if you would like me to do a video talking you through the process that we went through to design the ring, let me know, because I could talk about that for ages. And I would actually love to talk about that. So if you want to see that, let me know, because I can do that. But yeah, I love it so much, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think. But yeah, I just feel so lucky. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. And it's just so sparkly and shiny and I love it. So yeah, I feel very lucky. Okay, so let me get comfy so we can actually start talking about venues, because I'm so excited. There's going to be a lot of excitement and a lot of energy in this video because it is exciting for me anyway. So let's just jump on in with the venues. So we've known for quite a long time, from pretty early on, that we wanted a barn style wedding. So all of the venues that we were looking into and exploring were really that barn style. We also knew that we wanted it to be in a beautiful location with views of the countryside, not in a built up city type environment. We knew that Ideally, there would be at least some on-site accommodation so that at least some of the wedding party could stay, so that we could have like a little evening meal the night before and a breakfast the morning after, because my friend did that for her wedding and I just loved it. Like, one of my biggest things that I'm worried about with a wedding is how quickly it's going to pass. And so having that extra time before and after, I think will really help me to be less worried about that. Like, how often do you get the chance to bring all the people you love together? So we wanted to make the most of that. So we wanted a barn in the countryside with beautiful views and on-site accommodation if possible. And we wanted it to be in Yorkshire because most of the people coming to the wedding are in Yorkshire. Yorkshire is beautiful. It's where we live. We live in Leeds. Yorkshire's a special place to us. So we wanted it to be like no more than like an hour and a half from where we lived, ideally within an hour, which is actually really quite funny thinking about that now that we've booked it. We'll come on to that when we tell you about the venue that we've booked, because spoiler alert, it's a little bit more than an hour away from our house. Anywho, so we started putting together a spreadsheet of venues that we wanted to see, and the first venue that we went to see, it was kind of like just meant to be, because this is a venue that I had thought for quite a few years might actually be the venue that I wanted to get married at. So we've been together for like 10.5 years now. So I have been thinking about our wedding for a little while, and you know, just having a little browse online, imagining where we might get married. And this is the venue that I thought would be my dream venue. So the first venue that we went to see is called Wharfdale Grange, and it's just beautiful. It's just on the outskirts of Leeds, so it ticked the location criteria. It's in the it's out in the country with like the most beautiful views, and it did have some accommodation on site. Now I can't really talk about the accommodation because people were there. There was a wedding that weekend, so we didn't actually get to see the accommodation, but I knew that there was a good amount of accommodation, so ticked that box. The outside of this venue is just stunning. It's so beautiful. There's like a gorgeous like patio seating area that is just so beautiful, looking out over the country. They've got like electric fire pits, and we just like, when we got out of the car and we looked at it, we were like, oh, this is stunning, this is so beautiful. There's lots of fields around, and there's an area to have the wedding outside, which is again one of the things that we were like, ideally we would like an outdoor wedding. So it was ticking all of those boxes, just absolutely stunning. When you first go into the venue, there is a bar area just to the right of the entrance. Now I thought this was amazing, so I was like, this could be a place for people to have drinks before the ceremony, or to like just have like as a little breakaway area, just another little space. So I thought it was amazing, and it was set up so well. The only thing with the bar was, it was probably, so this venue, it's a barn style venue, right? But it's a glamorous barn. It was like glamour, Hollywood type vibes. And the bar, whilst we thought it was beautiful, it was probably a little bit more like on the glam side than we were probably looking for. We were probably a bit more like rustic barn than glam barn. But it was beautiful nonetheless. It just had like a few pieces of decor that were not necessarily our style. Like it had a giant playing card on the wall and lots of other bits where we were like, this is beautiful, but it's not us, if that makes sense. So, but it wasn't like a deal breaker at all. We were like, that's fine. You know, like nothing is ever going to be like 100% perfect. We were like, we can absolutely look past that. So we thought the bar was great. Then there was a ceremony room. So obviously we would ideally have the ceremony outdoors, but it's England. The weather is unpredictable. So it was good that there was a ceremony room as well, which was beautiful. We loved the draping long fairy lights that were coming down from the ceiling. We thought that was stunning. The only thing was, probably because of like the style of the venue and the lighting and the decor, it was a bit of a darker room. So it made the lights like looked spectacular, but I've always dreamt of my ceremony being like really light and airy and just like outside. And if it was gonna be inside, I want it to be like bright and airy and light. So it would have again been fine, not a deal breaker. Absolutely stunning. The pictures I've seen of weddings in there, if you want a more glam wedding, Absolutely stunning. But it was good enough as a backup plan, and like I said, we thought it was really pretty. But the main event of this venue was the main room, and it was just beautiful. It was like a huge hall, and it was set up for a wedding, so we got to see it in all its glory. There was a huge part of the room dedicated to the seating, and we loved the furniture there, the tables, the chairs, everything. You wouldn't have had to have done much to this venue, like, at all. It was so well set up. Yeah, we really, really loved that space. The back end of the room is where the dancing and the band happens, so huge dance floor, stage for the band, which is great because we are absolutely having a band. And then there was another room that was like above, but like open, so you could see out onto the main room, and that's a space that you could like get creative with, make it a little quieter area, or I don't know, put some games up there, whatever you wanted to do. So we thought that that was fun. Even the bathrooms were just like spectacular, so gorgeous, so glam. So this venue was stunning, and like I said, it's the venue that I thought I would want to get married in. The problem with this venue was it just didn't feel like us. It was too big. It was way too big, because we're having about 45 guests. I think we wanted to keep our wedding quite tight, so whilst we could have, you know, obviously made it work, the space was just too big. I think that you probably want like 80 to 120 guests in a space this big, and it just, we really liked it and thought it was beautiful, but it just wasn't quite our style. I would love to go to a wedding there, don't get me wrong. I think that the space is just stunning, and I would have been so lucky to get married there, and we would have been perfectly happy, but it just wasn't exactly our style. So if anyone is getting married there and wants to invite me, hit a girl up, because it is beautiful, stunning. But we knew pretty much straight away that this venue wasn't us and wasn't the one for us. But it just felt so special that this venue that I had in my mind for a couple of years was the first one that we got to go and see. And I'm so glad that we did that, because it would have felt wrong to have not gone and seen it. But it just, whilst we would have made it work and been very happy, it just wasn't quite right. So we said no to Wharfdale Grange. But I will leave a link to these venues in the description box, because yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It just wasn't, there was nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't exactly what we were wanting. So then a couple of weeks later, we went to see our second venue. So the second place we went to see was called Howard Court, and this place was just dreamy, so beautiful. It was about an hour and a half away from where we live, so it was just you know, within our boundary that we'd set ourselves, but in the most beautiful location in the countryside. When we drove up to the venue, I fell in love. I was like, this is stunning. It was so beautiful. Yeah, we absolutely fell in love with it from the outside. So there's a couple of like outdoor spaces in this venue. So the first bit is this like grassed area. There's some tables and chairs, and this is sort of on the outside of the venue, and they had this really cute bar there, which I really liked. It was just a really nice space. And then you go into the courtyard, because the venue was kind of like enclosing the courtyard in the middle. But this courtyard, guys, like honestly, I was looking back at the video clips that I took when we visited, was the most beautiful, perfect space. We loved it so much. And this is where you would probably do the outdoor ceremony, and we were like, this is everything. At this point, we were so excited. We were like, have we found our venue? Have we found our venue? Because it was just absolutely stunning. We loved it. There was an indoor ceremony room as well if you needed it, which wasn't set up for a wedding, so you did have to use your imagination a little bit, but it was a beautiful space. It was really light and bright, which I liked, and I could really envisage how we could use that space if we needed to. So that was really great. Then there was the like main room area where you would have your food and your drinks and your dancing at night. And this space was like an L-shaped space, and it was really pretty. It had like exposed brick and fairy lights and everything, so it was really nice. But we were just struggling to envisage how we would make the space work for us. We thought we could use one part of the L for like the band setup and the dancing, and then the other part of the L would be where the tables were. But it was just a bit small and a bit dark, and just, we were like, we could make this work, but this venue is the dream venue as long as you can be outside a lot. So if the sun was shining and it was a beautiful day and we could do most of the day outside, it would have been perfect. But if it was a wet, gloomy, dark day, and we had to do everything inside. It just wasn't like ticking all of those boxes. Now, none of this was a deal breaker. We actually put this venue on our maybe list, probably more towards the no side of maybe, but it was one that we were considering. We were like, if we can't find anything better, this will be brilliant. It was just so stunning, and it did have accommodation on site as well, which was great, though it wasn't like enough accommodation. We were struggling to figure out who we would have stay, so there were either 2 or 3 of these like little huts, which was so fun. We thought they were really cute. And then there was like a little like cottage or house type part that was like attached to the venue, where I think Adam and I would have stayed, but it had another room there for someone else to stay, but to get from our room into the bathroom, you had to like walk through. It was maybe like a long room that had been split in half. I can't explain it, but it just didn't feel like, not like you don't want to have to walk through someone's bedroom on your wedding night, you know? But we would have made it all work. None of this was a deal breaker. We would have been so happy and so lucky, and we would have made it so special if we got married here. So we put it on the maybe list, and we planned to go and view some more venues. And this is where the journey went in a slightly like unexpected direction. So after we'd seen the first 2 venues, we went for lunch with Adam's parents, and we were just talking to them about the venues that we'd seen, the venues that we were planning to go and see, and what it was that we were looking for from a venue. So looking for a barn in the country with beautiful views, and hopefully a reasonable amount of accommodation on site. And yeah, like I said, this is where our journey took a turn in a direction that I really wasn't expecting to. So Adam has relatives that live in Poland, and they live in the mountains about an hour outside of Krakow, in the most beautiful location, the most stunning location. And they have a vineyard because they make their own wine. And what Adam's parents told us is that they have a barn that they are in the process of turning into a wedding venue. It was like the stars aligned. We were both just like, that's some really interesting information. So we talked about it. We talked about the possibility, and we decided that what we needed to do was go out and visit Adam's family and see the space and just have a think about what it would mean to get married in Poland. Now, you might remember that back in September, we actually did go on holiday to Poland, to Krakow, and we vlogged whilst we were there. So I'll leave the link in the description box in case you want to watch that vlog. But what we didn't tell you in that vlog is that whilst we were in Krakow and we went to visit Adam's family, we were there discussing the possibility of getting married in Poland. So, spoiler alert, we're getting married in Poland. Like, I'm so excited. It just feels so right and so perfect. The location is like just so beautiful, so beautiful. So the situation is, they have a barn that is being turned into a wedding venue. I don't really have too many pictures of the barn at the moment because it was like a work in progress whilst we were there. So I will save the barn reveal for another day, but I do have a few little pictures. So the barn is at the top of a hill looking out over the mountains, and inside there's like a little staged area. I think I've got a picture of that, so perfect for the band. And there's a huge window where you can look out and see the mountains, and it's just perfect. There's quite a few grass areas as well, including where I think we're going to have the ceremony. And honestly, we took a picture of me stood there, like pretending to hold flowers as if we were having the ceremony, to try and like pick where we would want to have the ceremony. I'll put the picture on the screen. And it's just so beautiful with the like the vineyard and then the mountains in the back. Honestly, we wanted a view. We got a view. We could not have dreamt of a better view. So it's just absolutely perfect. And there is some accommodation on site as well for about half the wedding party to stay. So it's just incredible. And we have the freedom to really just do what we want, which is amazing, because we didn't want like the most like formal traditional wedding. We've always said that we want our wedding to just be a big fun party with all our friends and family, so we can time the day how we want, we can structure it how we like. We're not being tied to like a venue's timetable. We've just got the freedom to really just have fun with it, and I'm so excited. And it means that we can do something on the Friday night, and then we can have breakfast together on the Sunday like I'd dreamt of doing. So it was literally like the stars aligned. I would have never ever have dreamt that this is what we would be doing. I didn't think, like I said at the beginning, we didn't want to get married more than an hour and a half away from home because we wanted to make it really easy for everyone to get to, and now we're asking them to come to Poland. So yeah, we've sent the save the dates out now, and everyone is so excited, which is amazing, because I was a little bit like, you know, I'm asking people to go really out of their way to come to the wedding, but we absolutely loved Krakow when we went to visit, so we're really excited that people are going to be able to come and visit Krakow whilst they're there for the wedding, and then come and see the most beautiful location in the mountains and spend the weekend with us. And we just feel so lucky, and we're so excited. I think we've maybe made it a bit harder for ourselves because we now have to plan a wedding in another country that we do not live in. So any tips from anyone that's planned a wedding abroad would be greatly appreciated. And we have to do everything. We're starting from scratch. We need to hire every table, chair, light, sound system. We're going to get a decor company. We're going to have to do everything from scratch. But like I said, it means that we get to do it exactly how we want. And that is so exciting. Whilst scary, a bit scary, but mostly exciting. So like I said, any tips, very much welcome. Also, maybe a really niche request, but if any of you happen to live in or around Krakow or know vendors in or around Krakow, we are going to be looking for photographers, videographers, hairstylists, caterers. We might have found a caterer, but caterers, what else? Decor companies, florists, you name it. We're going to be looking for people to hire and companies to help us make our special day as amazing as it possibly can be. So if you happen to have any recommendations, let me know in the comments. So that's, yeah, we've booked our venue. We are getting married next year. I think we've got enough time. But I know that planning a wedding is stressful no matter how much time you give, but I'm hoping we've given ourselves enough space and time to make it, like, I've always looked forward to planning a wedding. I've always wanted to do it. So I know that it's going to be stressful. I'm not naive, but I really want to enjoy this process. So I'm glad we've given ourselves enough time to hopefully relieve some of the stress. But yeah, I just think we've got plans, we've got Pinterest boards. I'll have to do another video where I talk you through like our plan for the wedding, what we want to do on the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday, the like food that we're hoping for, the decor plans, that sort of thing. So I'll do an in detail video at some point where I talk you through all of the actual plans. But yeah, I just feel so lucky. It's not what we imagined, but it literally feels so perfect. Like, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. So that's the wedding venue journey that we went on. I can't wait to hear what you guys think, because yeah, if I didn't expect that I was getting married abroad and in Poland, then I can't imagine anyone else did. But like I said, it just feels absolutely meant to be, and yeah, I think it's just gonna be so beautiful and so special, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. Yeah, and I'm so excited that I can finally tell you guys about this, because I know I've been hinting at it for a little while, but it just took us a bit of time to get the date confirmed and get everything like lined up and right for the date. And I didn't want to sit here and tell you about this until I knew for sure it was happening, just in case any like plans changed. But it's happening. It's in people's diaries. It's real. It's an actual thing. And now we need to just start booking vendors, and yes, we need another trip out to Poland quite soon, I think, so that we can go and meet caterers and different companies and so on. So yeah, I will be taking you along this journey as much as I can. A lot of this is probably going to happen over phone calls and video calls, but whatever we can share, we will be doing. And if there's any videos in particular that you want to see, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to hear what it is that you want to see, and yeah, hear your thoughts. It's the beginning of a very, 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 very exciting journey. And yeah, I feel so lucky. I feel so lucky and grateful. And yeah, we are both so excited about this most beautiful space that we're going to get married in. We are going to be having a UK ceremony, like for the legal ceremony, but that's going to be just like really immediate family, probably like the registry office, and then just go for a nice meal. So that will be happening at some point. I need to get that booked. But yeah, so excited, so excited. Yeah, let me know what you want to see in the comments, and let me know what you think of the venues that we visited and the venue that we booked. I can't believe it's real. I can't believe it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited to take you on this journey. I'm so excited to take us on this journey. Adam's so excited as well. It's going to be so good. And we're getting married. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm literally buzzing. I'm like bouncing on my sofa. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.